Hey, everybody. We're so happy to have you with us again here for what is another Crofton Chamber podcast here. My name is Adam Pohl, and I'm joined by Cheryl Hokinson of Brand Boosters. Cheryl, longtime friend, and this is so great to be able to catch up and talk about your business. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Adam? Thanks for having me.
We can't wait to dig in and learn more about all the different things that you do and bring to the table. I do want to first off, though, say a big thank you to our main sponsor. You can see, I've got a mirror imaging. So like I want to go this way, but it's actually this way. So I've got it right up here. You see the product placement. Severn Bank. Severn Bank understands that we measure life by the significant moments like buying a home, securing your business, planning for your children's educations, and your first savings account. Severn can help you navigate safely through life's changes to help you achieve your goals with personal service that only your community bank can offer. Severn stands with you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and credit is subject to approval. So thank you, Severn Bank, for allowing us to bring in Cheryl and talk about this and focus on one of our great local businesses. Cheryl, you've been a member of the Crofton Chamber for a long time, and we're so appreciative. And, Brand Boosters, you are somebody that I think has such a fun job because you are somebody that really loves working with your clients to let them know what is possible and get them the best opportunities in marketing towards those that come forward. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Brand Boosters, I have been doing this for, 16, 17 years now. Mm-hmm. I really love it because I get to really get to know my clients, get to know their business, what their pain points are, what their goals are. And then I use my visual communications to help you reach those goals, right? So everyone says promotional products, trinkets and trash. My ears burn when I hear that. Hate it. Anyway, promotional products have a lot of value, right? So there's lots of mediums that you can advertise your business. You can do newspaper, you can do digital. There's so many ways to advertise your business. The great thing about promotional products is that they have a long shelf life, right?
Yes.
You give somebody really something to sit on their desk, it's sitting there for 6 months, advertising for you, right? It's this little salesperson just advertising for you every day. So there is a great value in those kind of products. I kind of like purpose over product. I'm not a product pusher. I'm not the t-shirt lady. I'm not the pen guy. There are plenty of people out there that do that. I'm not going to be the person that says, oh, you want a pen? How many? What color? That's not the approach I take to it. There has to be a purpose for it, right? Maybe you're trying to thank a loyal customer. Maybe you're trying to thank an employee. Maybe you're trying to raise sales. There's always something, right? And let's just even take a pen, because pens are great. They are useful. I like to pick something that's useful. You don't want someone taking your stuff and putting it in the trash, right? You do want to think about that. I like to think about who are you going to give it to? Like Adam, if you came to me and said, I need a pen, I would say, who are you giving it to? Not what color. We can get to that. But basically, you do want to think about your customer. If your customer is a high value client, are you going to give them a 29-cent pen? I don't think so, unless that's the impression you want to give them about yourself, that you're cheap. You definitely don't want something that's going to break. I've had people say, oh, I get this great pen online and look how pretty it is. Well, it can be pretty, but it might have this much ink in it. Or I know the pens I give you have this much ink in it and they're not going to run out. So it's just things like that. And that's that kind of is what sets us apart from like the online type of
let's talk
retailers.
About that. I wanted to get into that. So somebody might say, well, I can just go online. I can find this for that amount. But the reality is that working with a consultant like yourself, it really can help in many ways. I know, as I have to say that I am a client of Cheryl's, and I know that I go to Cheryl with a problem, not a problem, but I say, hey, I want this for this, and I have this price point. and you're able to come to me with a lot of different creative and clever ideas. And I think that that is important because, like you said, if you're just going online and buying just anything, well, you're not knowing what you're looking for. If that what makes sense. You don't really have an understanding of all that is out there, and you're looking to give somebody something that once again is going to last.
Exactly. And not only that, when you go online, right, these online retailers, they're promoting the items they want you to buy, right?
Right, right.
They're not really asking you, hey, Adam, so who is this going to? Or no, again, how many, what color? Here, look at this. This is on sale. Get this. It's great. Well, maybe it's not great for you or for your brand, right?
Mhm.
So that's where someone like me comes in. And yes, I go to the shows. I mean, there's always a million products plus on the market at any one time, right? So
Incredible.
that's just one part of the business that you have to keep up with, like the trends and what's popular and things like that. Of course, those things are important, but it's not everything, right? Budget's important. I like to work with my clients and kind of see, like, what do you have going on this year? I just recently helped one of my clients. They're celebrating, they have a big milestone anniversary and they wanted to send something to their clients. We're still in COVID land, so
Sure.
sending things to people's homes has been important. And of course, you want to surprise and delight your customers, right? So we sent a package of branded cookies, but the
Mm.
packaging had a custom label on it with their artwork, and it was really beautiful, right? So in the mail, these people are not getting just a white box with a mailed label on it, right? It's an experience that they're getting, oh, this gift that's all packaged, right? People don't think about that either. Hey, I want to give my clients a gift. Here's a gift. Do you go to a birthday party and just hand someone a gift, not wrapped, not, it's all about the presentation. So those are
Yes.
the things that you might not know. You might say, hey, I just want to get a speaker and we're done with it. Well, why not brand the box?
No
Why not make
doubt.
it a
And I'll tell
whole
you, like
experience?
going back to your earlier point, Cheryl, you never know how long of a shelf life that something can have and how it can bring value. In my work in sports, one of the things that we did when I worked in Frederick was for an insurance company. They were the sponsor of a t-shirt toss. Whenever the Frederick Keys hit a home run, we would throw maybe 5 to 10 t-shirts into the crowd. Well, this guy got such a kick out of the fact that, at his local gym, there was this lady that would always be on the treadmill. Not, of course, she's not wearing the same shirt every day, but she was wearing his shirt from a few years earlier, right? And he just thought that was great. That a few years ago, this woman caught this shirt at this game. He doesn't even know who she is. And there he is seeing his name, when she's working out. So these are the kinds of things. And that's why he did that t-shirt toss every single year. He was the sponsor. Those are the things. It's not just like you're handing a flyer to somebody one time. I mean, that coaster or that koozie or whatever it might be something that is used for ages.
Exactly. So really, I'm in this thank you business, right? I hand you
Yes.
something, you say thank you, and immediately you think of my company in a better light, right? Because I gave you a gift. And it doesn't have to be like a hugely expensive gift, but I gave you something. And studies have shown that consumers do look at companies who give them a promotional product at a higher level than those who don't. And they remember
Undoubtedly.
you longer.
And it's also what I'm seeing is that if you set up a table and you try to talk to people as they walk by, they're inconvenienced. But if you set up a table and say, hey man, do you need any chopstick, or do you need a pen, or do you need, or here's some coloring, coloring book for your daughter, all of a sudden they're appreciative, and then you can talk to them about your product. And that can be a huge marketing technique to be able to grow your business.
It is. And again, I think how many times you walk through a trade show floor, though, and everyone's got the same stuff, like how many
Right.
stadium cups can you have? And
That's right.
you know what I mean? Like, I really like to think of something different. And really, I think you need to engage people, right? So people are still looking for that experience. So instead of just standing behind your table and, hey, here's my table of stuff, come talk to me. why not have something they can pose with something, take a selfie, upload it to our Facebook page, win a prize, really get people engaged so they spend more time at your table.
Undoubtedly.
Otherwise, it's just adult trick-or-treating, right? Here's my bag, let me get my,
I like that.
I mean, you go there with a purpose, right? Have a purpose over product. It's just not a table full of product. There is a purpose to it, right?
Undoubtedly. I want to mention our other sponsor. I'm going to make you laugh even more here because this is my favorite tagline. Cheryl, you got to give cheaper than a geek a call. They take the SH out of IT. And they have won more awards for their customer service than anyone in Maryland. Give them a call. The number 410-774-5180. Once again, 410-774-5180. So Cheryl, you've been able to weather the storm. I feel like you talked about we're still in this COVID time, but as we put this video out here in our conversation, for me, a sports obsessed human, all of a sudden around the nation, you're seeing people starting to come into stadiums. And what that says to me is that events are coming back. These community events, whether it is a baseball game, like we have the Bowie Bay Sox here in our neck of the woods, whether it is a community fair, whether
tournament.
I mean, it just could be anything, right?
Right.
The whole thought of a few thousand people gathering for an event, and that this is an extremely dangerous undertaking, is hopefully soon to be in our rear view mirror. So with that being said, how excited are you for that? Because I know you had to be extremely creative, because you are somebody that produces promotional products, but people basically weren't allowed to do that kind of promoting here for the last year or a year and a half, right?
Right. I'm so excited that events are coming back, because obviously events are a very large part of my business. And yes, last year was challenging to say the least. And we did have to think a little more creatively, but I think that's a positive part of, going through COVID, right? I think lots of people had to get creative. And maybe,
yes,
I hate to say pivot, but you had to.
No doubt. And now you might be able to create even a better future because of that, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I think people are going to be more appreciative of their relationships too. So I think we're on the path to better days for sure. I work with a lot of schools, and I have one school in particular. We always do spirit wear, right? So I had to pivot last fall, and we did online stores, right, where the parents could order and we had them shipped to their homes, right? We had never done that before. It was all at school. Well, we couldn't do that anymore. So that worked out well. But I have one particular high school that, the senior class always does fundraising. I know I've helped them raise thousands and thousands of dollars over the years. So, but
Wonderful.
They're not at school. What do you do? So at the beginning of the school year, we came up with an at-home school uniform. Right.
Okay.
So it was flannel PJ pants and a long sleeve, soft, cozy t-shirt. Right. I can't tell you, the sales were off the hook for them, and we raised a good amount of money for them. So
that's great.
That was something I would have never done. Right. If we're all stuck at home, what do you mean it's a uniform, but that was all of our uniforms, right? PJ pants, slippers,
No
things like
doubt
that. So
about
you can have fun with it, but it's thinking about, that's one of those situations where, what do we do? Here's the problem. Not like, hey, let's sell some t-shirts. No, let's have fun with it. Let's get creative. And, that's how you can pick the right avenue to promote whatever you're trying
Correct.
To promote. Right.
Now I'm going to ask you a final question here, Cheryl, that I think is probably, it's kind of ill-advised immediately, because the reason I say that is because, once again, as you can just tell by what Cheryl just talked about, and I have experience with this personally, she is going to every different person you work with is a completely unique challenge, right? So there isn't just one thing that fits all, or like, you don't fit into, oh, okay, you have this amount of money. Well, you fit into box A,
right?
And now you have this amount of money and you're in box B. It doesn't work like that. And I think that is the reason that you love what you do. But with all of that being said, What do you think coming out of this? What's like the hot new item? Like what is everybody looking for that's different in a way? To be honest, like here's an example. I still don't really even understand what a no touch tool is, but like
On here somewhere.
I never even thought of like what? It's a what? We had these laying around my business as a giveaway item from a previous thing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's a no-touch tool." And I had it explained to me even like one or two times, and I still don't really understand it. So there's got to be some new things going on. It. What do you see as the
just
big
going
trend?
through COVID,
Right?
a lot of products came out to keep you safe, right? The masks, which
Yeah.
hopefully are going away, but
Yeah.
the mask, the antibacterial sprays and gels, which
Exactly.
I think that's like just a no-brainer, right? We're all going to be a little more careful about using the antibacterial
Especially at
sprays.
an event too, right? If you're at an event with thousands of people, might as well just wash your hands.
Right, exactly. So I think at a trade show, like that's just going to be a must, right? But that's nothing new, that's been around. And hey, how about your vaccination card? You want to keep that safe? I mean, we have holders for that, right? Who wouldn't? I mean, you got to have a place to put it, right?
Yeah.
That's just not that that's fun or exciting or anything
It's
like
very
that.
practical.
But again, it's needed and people would appreciate that, right? Fun, anything to do with your phone. I like, like the pop sockets or the there's a little microfiber like sticker that you can put on the back of your phone that you use to clean your screen, right?
Yes.
Everybody's worried about germs and stuff like that, but that's your brand on their phone, and people like at their phone 50 to 100 times a day or something.
I think Cheryl might have just sold
say,
me a new product. Yeah, exactly.
But think about it. How many times you look at your phone and there's Adam, there's Roll by Goodyear.
Exactly.
Over and over and over and over again. So anything to do with that. The other thing that's been popular are those UV light boxes, right? So you stick your phone in there and it kills all the germs.
Really?
And they come like in a wand too.
Okay.
But those have been extremely popular because of our current situation. So just depends on your budget too.
This thing is probably pretty full of germs here.
I'm sure it's disgusting. Like everybody's, not just you.
Well, Cheryl, this has been a blast. I know that you've got a vacation coming up, so we hope to see you very tan in the near future. And thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
No doubt. That is Cheryl Hokinson of Brand Boosters. My name is Adam Pohl. We want to say again, I think I'm finally getting it down. Severn Bank, thank you so much. Cheaper than a geek as well. And we'll see you all again in the very near future. Have a great day, everybody.